What is going on, everybody? It is RayD-TCG coming at you live from Wednesday Night Locals, and you may be wondering why you're seeing me on the camera instead of somebody else. Well, I won tonight, but you guys have already seen magnets twice, as a matter of fact. One is a video, one is a short, so it's time to switch it up tonight with somebody who has one. Revealing Guy.
Hi.
Once again on the channel. It is good to see you again.
Good to see you. It's been a little bit.
It has. Well, Guy, I heard you won 3 locals in a row back to back last week when I wasn't here.
Yeah, sure did.
So,
we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, tell me what you were playing.
We're playing the brand new Sacred Beast archetype from Chaos Origins.
Wow, Sacred Beast went from
nothing.
Yep, went from 0 to hero, you could say.
Well, it's still kind of villain, but they're cool. Okay. So I'm gonna just jump right in and preface this with it is basically a whole new archetype. You can't really play the old stuff because all the new stuff mentions Sacred Beast as an archetype. So we're going to start with explaining what they all do. So first up, we have Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder. So he has the same on-field effect as the original, all of them do, which if you remember Haman's is if something goes to your opponent's graveyard, you burn them for 1,000, and if he is outed, if he's destroyed, you take no damage. So they can't kill you through a 4K guy, as if they could anyway, right? But the new guys, they also all do something in the hand, so I'll go ahead and pull these guys out as well. They all search for an archetypal card of the card type that the original Sacred Beast tributed back in the day. So Haman adds a spell and then discards a card from your hand. Raviel adds a monster, discards a card from your hand. Uriah adds a trap, discards a card from your hand. This deck likes to discard, which sounds like a downside, and sometimes it can be a little bit awkward. But
theoretically, you could play a Dark World engine.
You could play Dark World. You could play
really
Fiendsmith.
villainous.
Yeah, you could play things that plus off of discards, which I'll get to because I am on something for that. So the 1-card starters are Haman, Raviel, and one of the spells that we'll get to. And there's also another one that I don't have yet because it's like a $10 common that hasn't been reprinted. It's called Card of the Soul. So I'll mention it here. It adds a monster from your deck to your hand, any monster, whose total attack and defense equal your life points. So when you start with 8,000, oh look, 4,000, 4,000, it's 8,000. So you can add either of these. Should be on it. Like I said, it's expensive, so I don't have it. So that's Haman. Raviel adds the monster, discards the card. On-field effect is tribute 2 other Sacred Beasts at quick speed. Right at your opponent's board, and then he permanently gains 1,000 attack for every monster he destroyed. So he's your finisher. He's going to kill them. There's also another finisher we'll get to, but yeah, Raviel, you can just leave him on the board. Uriah adds a trap, discards a card, just like the original Uriah. Gains 1,000 attack and defense for every trap in both players' graveyards instead of just yours, which is nice. And he is a soft once per turn. Target a spell trap on the field, destroy it. Neither player can respond.
And might I add, before we get to the rest of the deck, I think it goes without saying that each of these monsters are the counterparts to the Egyptian gods.
Yeah,
so
that was the point.
Looks like
so, Slifer, Obelisk, and Ra.
Yep. I think that's I guess not necessarily a fun fact, but it is a fact.
I would love if they did the same idea for the Egyptian gods, just gave them a whole new thing. That'd be awesome.
I think they need that. That'd be interesting to see.
But for now, we've got the GX versions, which are fine. So, yeah, the Uriah, this one, honestly, you play him at 1 instead of 3 because he's not a starter, but the fact that he ends the chain and he is MST is so good for the deck. So good, especially like trying to play against like the Light and Darkness Ritual deck is a good example because they place Mind Shuffle. You go, no. Any deck that relies on a field spell, like Blitz Click, like Kashtira, anything, no. And then if you tribute him with Raviel and then you reborn him with the trap that we'll discuss later, you can do it again. It's soft once per turn.
Yep, gotta love it, man.
So we'll keep going. Those are the big 3, but they did give him some support. Here's a retrain of the old Creator. Yep.
Creator,
he is
best
now known as
format.
Summoner of the Sacred Beast. You can guess what he does. He has 3 effects.
Good.
You can reveal him in your hand.
I wonder what he could do.
Discard a card, summon a Sacred Beast from your hand. All of them have the restriction of except a level 8 monster. He's the only level 8 in the archetype. There's a 1 that we'll talk about, and then these guys are 10. So it functionally says summon 1 that's not himself. So on the field, discard a card, summon 1 from hand or grave, except himself, right? And then graveyard. You can banish from the graveyard, summon 1 from the graveyard, except himself. Cool. That's what he does. The other thing, some of you probably already know where this is going. These are Thunders that activate in the hand.
Indeed.
There's a certain extra deck monster that likes that. So we'll get there. We'll get there. And then the last Sacred Beast monster in the main deck is the Martyr of the Sacred Beast. This is based on the tokens that the original Raviel made. So he's your normal summon. What he does is on summon, you can place the field spell, the new one, or one of the continuous spell traps face up from your deck on the field. So we will talk about those because they are also good extenders. He works in that sense as a 2-card combo. but he is not a one-card combo like Hamon and Raviel are. His other effect is if you control any other Sacred Beast monster, he can summon 2 more copies of himself from hand, deck, or graveyard, so that you have 3 tributes for the Sacred Beast, because they do still need that, but it's streamlined. We'll talk about it with the spells. So let's go over the spells. This is crazy. This is the other 1-card starter. This is Sacred Beast Release. It reads insane. Add 3 Sacred Beast monsters with different names from your deck to your hand, and then discard 2 cards. That's crazy. This is the biggest Ash Magnet to ever Ash Magnet. It has another effect. You can banish it from your grave, except the turn it was sent there, to add a level 10 Fiend, Pyro, or Thunder that can't be normal summoned or set. So that would include the 3 Sacred Beasts. It would also include their original forms if you wanted to include the original forms for nostalgia purposes. There are also a couple of random other targets like Ubel, and there's another guy that I chose not to play tonight that I thought about it. I'll show him off because I have him right here. It's this guy. He's also in Chaos Origins. You can add him, and then he shuffles back 3 of the same card type to summon himself, and then he can become whatever type you want and super poly your opponent. So he's kind of like a slow Albaz for the deck, if you want to play him. I've gone back and forth on him, but none of the nights that I won did I play him, I'll say that. Next up, continuous spell. We have 3 copies of Sacred Beast Thunderclap. So this is similar to the Martyr. It places 2 more of itself, so you have all 3 copies on the field from hand, deck, or grave. And its bonus effect is if you have a level 10 Sacred Beast in your hand, which is Uriah, Hamon, Raviel, you can reveal it and then place the field spell also. So that's another 2-card combo that gets you there. And the field spell also, I would be remiss not to mention, during your opponent's end phase, both of these add back to your hand, so you have follow-up. You can just have your 3 tributes ready again.
And the field spell. Let's get to one of my favorites. This is
Fallen Paradise of the Sacred Beast.
This is essentially the deck's Pot of Greed.
It is Pot of Greed. It does a few things. So we'll first thing is thrice per turn. Yes, 3 times, thrice per turn. You can send 3 cards of the same card type, monster spell trap, from your hand or your field to the graveyard to summon a Sacred Beast monster. So just like the god cards in the original Sacred Beast need 3 tributes of, in their case, a certain card type, you can send any 3 of the same to summon any 3 of the Sacred Beasts. So it is streamlined for the modern era, but it still feels the way the god cards in Sacred Beasts feel, which is awesome. And whatever you summon off of that effect is unaffected by your opponent's spell trap effects. So and even if this leaves the field, they're still unaffected. It applies a lingering condition, which is nice. They can't be super poly, they can't be fallen virtuous. It's really nice, especially because this card itself is kind of vulnerable to being removed because it's a field spell, right? The other thing it does, like Ray said, it's Pot of Greed. If you control a level 10 Sacred Beast, you can draw 2 cards once per turn, just like the original field spell. So all of those discards pay off because you get to refill your hand with all the non-engine you play that we'll talk about.
And then if you happen to play the Dark World, if you happen to play a Dark World engine,
yeah,
I mean, then you're just, I mean, the Dark World engine already
you have more
crazy.
Discards. Yeah, exactly. You could just draw through everything.
But you're not playing the Dark World engine.
No, I am playing a small package we'll talk about, but we have one more Sacred Beast card in the main to talk about. There is a trap that I'm not playing. It is a continuous trap that it places 3 copies of itself like Thunderclap does. And recurs itself in your opponent's end phase, but its on-field effect is send all 3 copies to flip opponent's monster face down. It's not worth it. If you like, it's 3 more bricks going second essentially, which is unfortunate that that's the only card you don't play, but it is what it is. So this card, on the other hand, is really good. This one is functionally Monster Reborn plus a face-up negate and destroy, and then in the graveyard it lets you banish it to fuse into the new big fusion. Granted, you still have to use hand and field, but you'll probably have them on your hand or field. It's essentially, it makes the big guy kind of your last-ditch effort, which is nice. So this is the target for Uriah, essentially. I love this card. Like, because you can end on, especially if you get like Charm Eater, if you get Bold or something, if you can establish one of the Sacred Beasts and have this, then you can summon one of the other ones, and then they're all interaction. And then, so this negates a thing, and then Uriah MST is a thing, and then Raviel contribute to Regeki. So it's still a decent interruption. I am playing another small side package. I guess you could call it an engine. We're playing a couple of Unchained cards. And the whole reason we're playing these...
It's Fiends.
Well, yes. Martyr and Raviel are Fiends, which helps, because you can make the extra deck guys with Martyr. So you can make... We'll talk about the extra deck, but I'll just like show them off because it's like the whole reason. Is you can use 2 of your Martyrs to make Yama. Yama on summon adds Shavara from deck or grave. He adds any Unchained card, but with only monster we're playing is Shavara, right? This deck likes to discard. Shavara, if he goes to the grave, doesn't care how. You can discard him, which is usually what we're doing, or you can send him off of Fallen Paradise to summon one of your guys. That's fine. He sets this trap from the deck, straight from the deck. Then you use Martyr and the last Martyr and Yama to make this guy. So then you have both of these on your end board. You use this first, then you get Yama, add back Raviel or Martyr for follow-up. this add it back, this summon this back. So this lets you link into a dark monster using one of your opponent's guys. So you can make whatever you want. Like, we'll talk about the extra deck later, but you can make SP. It adds like 4 disruptions to your end board, just with 2 cards in the main, which is very worth it if you ask me.
I agree.
Especially, like I said, because he's a good discard outlet. Like, if you draw him, and you still have a way to play, it's fine, because you can go like, come on, add a spell, discard Shavara, just go ahead and get this out of your deck. So you can go ahead and get all of this stuff, all of your engine out of your deck before you activate Home Paradise to draw non-engine, which will go into the non-engine now. I chose Ghost Ogre recently. It's back in the format, which makes me happy. I like this card because it's good against Blitzclick, it's good against Light and Darkness. It's good against this deck, but like no one else at our locals has really been playing it. A couple of people said they're interested, but yeah, it's just good against all the continuous back row. Like, they go Mind Shuffle, tag out their guy, you Ogre it, you've turned it off, right? Because they bounce their guy's cost, so now you don't have to deal with the one that they established, and you don't have to deal with the other one either, as is the main matchup that this is relevant for. I'm maining Fu Wallace also.
The card that needs no introduction.
Yeah, there's an argument for Perulia this format instead, if because Rolad is a thing, the Light and Darkness Ritual, and then Blitzclick is also a thing. Invoked also summons a lot from hand. Like, Fua is just more general for like no matter what people are playing. I am citing the Perulias, we'll talk about that. There's an argument to main both also, because since you have so much non-engine space in this deck, you can just main both and draw board breakers, which is most of what the rest of the non-engine is, because I'm also maining Illusion Gate.
Yep, very good card.
Yeah, I love this card. And also, in the next set, the new Sacred Beast card searches this, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's so random. Why?
Well, because of the anime. Because in the anime, you offer your soul to the Sacred Beast to use Illusion Gate.
Well, that deck's low-key good. Why can't you just search by Genki Monster Reborn?
Because you can. So, yeah. Don't worry, that spell is also functionally called by for the archetype too.
Monster Reborn called by.
Yeah, don't worry. We're on, speaking of called by, talent called by.
Yep.
Do these go anywhere ever? The answer is they should go to 0, but until they do.
Yep, playing the one-of staples.
Yeah,
the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Another good quick play board breaker, Super Poly. We'll talk about the targets, because there's more of them than there used to be, and they're crazy. But since you are already discarding a lot, you're going to refill your hand and have a discard for this usually anyway, and it's so good in the format. Like, yeah, sure, you can't fuse away the unaffected ritual guys for Light and Darkness, but like Blitzclick, they're all the same type attribute. Invoked, you can make something because they're fusions. What else is like this deck? If you played the mirror match, is a little difficult, I guess. But like you could super poly if they establish their guys. You could super poly into your own big fusion. So like even there, it has an application. And then the last non-engine in the main are Imperm Spark. We want to be playing trap cards for Uriah to power up, and Imperm and any Dominus card pair well. The reason we chose Spark is because
most of your deck is light and dark.
Yeah, most of it is light and dark. The ones that aren't are Shavara and Uriah. And turning off, well, usually for going second, I will side out the 2 Unchained cards. So Shavara is usually not relevant for this. Turning off Uriah's effect would be a detriment, but Spark, I think it's worth playing, because it's also flexible enough to, like, if you draw into it when you go first, you just set it and then you're not locked out of Uriah anyway, right? And because since Hamon and Raviel are your starters, you don't want to turn either of them off by playing Purge or Impulse. So that leaves Spark. I think it's worth it. Let's go over the extra deck. Yeah, so let's talk about those Super Poly targets first. These are the 5 that I chose.
That's yeah. I mean, these 2 are pretty good in general. This kills Cool Tune.
Well, it kills Cool Tune, but even though Ray will tell you, nobody at our locals has really been playing a lot of Cool Tune, even though it's like one of the top dogs of the meta. But this also has applications against like Branded, for example, because Ecclesia, Quem, and Cartesia are also all tuners. If you deal with Quem Cartesia on the Branded board, for example, that's still really good for you. So I felt like it was still worth including, even if I'm not worried about Cool Tune.
This deck's also really good against, or this one's also really good against the Branded deck.
Yeah,
and so is this.
Yes.
I mean, this is good against.
So these are, and this is also good against Invoked because it's a fusion deck, and this is also good against Invoked and Fairy Tale and a lot of things. Really, in fact, I used it against Light and Darkness tonight because for some fucking reason, level 1 Martyr, right, in the main.
Yeah.
You can turn one of them into a spellcaster.
Yes.
With Relinquished Anima. Let's get that out of the way. So you can make him live, essentially. So that's what I did to break the board game 3. Was I turned one of them into Anima. He went for he had a Caesar and an Unchained Soul of Rage on the board. He went Soul of Rage effect to Link Summon. I went Chain Super Poly, fuse my Anima with his Caesar. So then the Rage resolves without effect because it lost its target. So it outed the whole board. because I'd already dealt with the trap, so the ritual was just sitting there. The other thing is Mixusia's effect on your opponent's turn lets you banish himself and a dark from your graveyard to, well, himself from the field, sorry, be more specific, and a dark from your graveyard to fusion summon. Raviel or Martyr plus Mixusia makes Dragus Pelia as another interruption, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good card indeed.
Other fusions. Hey, look, I referenced this.
Oh.
Yeah, you have 2 Thunders that activate in the hand, so you can Colossus people.
Wow, I did not see that coming.
It's not my favorite thing the deck does, but if you're trying to win, it's a good thing for you.
Oh, most
that the
definitely.
deck can do. One of the guys is looking at me in disapproval, and I agree with him. Don't get me wrong. Konami should not have unbanned it, but the fact is they did, and that's not our fault.
I mean, listen, if we were to choose between keeping this and Colossus, I would, or excuse me, not Colossus. Trying to think of the worm guy. No, the worm guy.
Protos?
Yeah. Between this and Protos, because they unbanned these at the same time.
Yeah.
I'd rather keep Colossus than Protos, because Protos is a.
That's fair. I agree with you.
Yeah, Protos is a lingering floodgate.
Yep.
This, I mean,
you can out this in theory.
Yeah, it's easier to out.
Yeah.
One imperm could out it.
Yeah. The last fusion in the deck is the big Sacred Beast fusion.
Ooh.
I ordered the overframe of this, and they sent me another secret by mistake, so I contacted the seller. So I don't have the beautiful overframe to show you. I wish I did, but the card does the same thing. So what this guy does, can't help but point out 5k, 5k. Love that. He's semi-generic because he doesn't list the Sacred Beast's materials specifically. It's 3 level 10s that can't be normal summoned or set. So if like Yubel ever comes back into the meta, for example, you could super poly against those.
And theoretically, I mean, because
you could also do it against synchros. Fusions, right?
Back when Vanadium was full power, you could have just
like if Barone was still legal in the TCG, for example, like when this comes to Master Duel and Barone is still legal there, you could fuse like, oh look, they made 3 synchro 10s, bye. They can't be normal summoned or set.
Yeah.
So what he actually does on the field, other than that, is you can also contact fuse him by sending the guys from your field if you want to, but you usually don't do that. You usually use the trap to fusion summon him. Either way, the first 2 times he would be destroyed, each turn he's not, right? Because there's 3 of them, so you have to destroy all 3 of the parts, right? And then once per chain, up to thrice per turn, quick effect. You can target a monster your opponent controls, negate its effects for the turn, and then gain life equal to half of it.
So basically triple
It's
imperm.
triple imperm, yes. Which is very strong, especially if your opponent has already had to chew through all of these interactions.
Yeah, really the only thing this loses to, I think, is
it got outed by Black Chaos, the guy that just banishes to, because that's not destroying, which is a little unfortunate that happened easily, but it has to have a weakness, right?
Right, yeah.
It can't be the best card in the game. All right, so let's talk about the Xyz monsters next. First, we have 2 rank 10s. I have not made Mercurium yet a single time. I will spoil you on that.
And this,
but
this is a card that needs no
I have
introduction.
made this sometime. Yeah, Varadras is really good. Now, I will say, as good as Varadras is, you don't make him every game. A lot of the times, even if I'm not under Fua, like post side and I know what my opponent's playing, sometimes just ending on like Raviel Uriah is better, genuinely, because you have enough backing it up that the Omni Negate is a luxury. You would rather, like, if you know Uriah's MST effect wins you the game, why do you need this, right? But like Varadras is still crazy. You still play it. Sometimes you make it. Sometimes you don't. Mercurium, honestly, this should probably be a second Varadras. I have not made him yet. There are applications just because you can, like, if you have an awkward line and you need like the 3rd name out of the deck, you can get it in your graveyard that way and reborn it with summon or something like that. Or you could play Cringe Floodgate, but I'm not doing that. Zeus Typhon. I've made Typhon a couple of times. We know what Typhon does.
Oh, yeah.
He's surrender button. Sometimes he wins. I've only made Zeus like once because usually you would rather like have your Varadras or there's not a lot of like Xyz decks running around, so there's nothing to like steal and put a Zeus on top of. But like the extra deck is pretty free. You can just do whatever you want. Link monsters. We already talked about the Unchains, but there they are. Anima, I mentioned briefly, like, yeah, he's a free spellcaster you can make from Mixusia. Sometimes they'll play into it because he hasn't been relevant in a while. And then the last one's SP. This is what you make off of the Soul of Rage with your opponent's guy. Because it has to make a dart. So you use all of those Unchained interruptions we talk about, then you make SP, then you banish a thing on someone with SP because you use a Link monster. And if they keep trying to play with it, then you SP out another thing. So it's those 2 cards in your main out make like 4 more interactions.
Yeah.
So if this deck goes unstopped, you make like 12 interrupts under Colossus.
Yeah, that's pretty solid,
which is
I'd say.
Overkill. And then we'll talk about the side real quick.
Last but not least, the sideboard.
Droll, go away, please.
Yes.
I don't need to talk about this. Perulia, like I said, there's an argument to main this inside Fua, or you could main all of them in this deck because you have the space. I don't know what's correct, to be honest with you. I could try maining this next time, and we'll see if it works out for me, because it is good. Rollout and Blitzclick are the 2 like new decks that summon from your hand a lot. But even like Invoked will do it twice now. The Red Dragon Archfiend stuff gets a second normal summon. They have Power Vice also, so they'll summon 2 or 3 times from their hand. So like Perulia is good.
My deck kind of does it too.
I'm back on the Bestials.
The 3 Bastille Brothers.
Yeah.
Magnum, which searches, Druisarm, which sends a special summon monster, and then this, which contribute to banish a special summon monster.
I will say for Baldrake, other than the fact he's a 3rd name, is if you're worried about Light and Darkness, is Baldrake does target to banish. So if they like ritual summon before they establish the trap, you can get rid of their guy, which is nice. I've only seen that happen like once, but it came up. And like they're good for getting rid of like the Skull Archfiend. They're good for getting rid of, or like if you out one of the rituals, if you punch over the Dark Magician of Chaos, you can banish him, and they have to put in effort to get him back. It's also like in the mirror match, if you were ever worried about that, it's good there. The Bastilles are never going away. It is what it is. 2 Lightning Storm.
Yep. Pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah,
It's
like
just
you already
board
play
breaker.
enough board breakers. You can side more board breakers if you're worried about the back row, but like, because you don't have to jump through your hoops to summon Uriah when you draw this, right? And I'm also on Evenly because
I love that card.
it's arguably
That
back
card was
in the
glued to
format.
my hand tonight.
Yeah. I didn't draw it tonight. I drew it a couple of games one night last week, and it was okay. The main application that this has is it's pretty good against Light and Darkness. Is they need a side engine that deals with this. Like they need like Fiendsmith, or they need Sure, I guess you could magical hats it, but some people aren't even playing the magical hats, and sometimes you don't get to it. That's their only out. Like if they establish their loop with, and even with like a Fedralist or something, they can save one thing, and then you've outed one of the 2 copies of the trap.
Yeah.
That's all it needs to do, to be honest with you. And then Halo of the Cringe Floodgate and Halo of Judgment.
Yeah. Yeah, you pretty much play Judgment in every sideboard I've noticed.
I do. Well, because this card is crazy.
It is.
It's look, you need going first cards. You need things to take your Charmies out for, and you have you draw 2 in this deck. You draw extra cards after you've thinned out your deck, so you'll see it. And same thing, you'll see something that's useful. I also don't like this.
Yep.
Like I mentioned, every time I play a Floodgate, I'm gonna do it because it wins.
Yeah,
but it's like when we talked about
legal,
Vanquish Soul.
like,
Yeah, it's the same thing here. You have all of your different types because like if you end on the big guys, they're a Pyro, a Thunder, and a Fiend.
Yeah, why would you not play it?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, guy, you got any shout outs you want to make for our viewers?
Shout outs to Ray, of course, you again, because you keep doing this for us. You keep showing up to have fun and keep having us on the channel. It's fun.
That's in your video.
Oh yeah.
After
you should do that
shout-outs.
as a bonus.
Crack your
And shout outs to really everybody here at the computer store. This is like my favorite place to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I love all the guys. David runs the tournaments. Love it. That's kind of it. So I'm gonna pass turn over to Ray for something.
That's right. We won tonight, so we got our bonus packs, and check it out. We got the brand new UTP, the Ultimate Tournament pack, and we got the winners pack of 26-27. So I think we'll do 3 taps for good luck, and let's see what we get.
I hope it's better than what Lady got last week.
Hey, we got a Solemn Strike. That's still a good card.
That probably is better than Clown Crew.
Yeah.
If you guys were wondering, last week I got the first one and it was Clown Cube Gonka,
We got
which is fine.
Lost Wind, which is good for the Paleo deck. Regenesis Warrior, that's a nice little super. And the Monarch Stormforth.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, we got 2 more. We got 30 and 29.
Here, have a start.
Let's see. We got... I can't read that. We got Breakthrough Skill, also good for Paleo. And then Assault Mode Activate.
Every time we do
Hey, that's fun.
All right, 1 more pack. Do we get something great?
Because I did it when he was here.
I mean, Mistaken Arrest is pretty darn good.
Hey, look, that's another.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, I think not bad. Not bad pulls at all for my winning packs.
Let's get that OTS.
Yes,
stamp good on
look
camera.
at that. I cannot forget to get that on. Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and definitely tune into this video because I know you guys all like it when Guy is on camera. Like, Guy has some of my highest viewed videos on
What
here.
can I say? I'm popular. Also, I play the fun decks.
Exactly. All right, well, with that, we're closing out, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Pass turn.
Sorry, the Shuriken thing.